Okay, I think we're live now. Yo, what's up, guys? Boris here, and I've had a really busy morning, so I decided to just go ahead and do this live, so I don't have to like record and edit it, because there's a lot of things I want to talk about in this chapter, and I really definitely wanted to get a video out because it's very interesting. I'm super excited. I know everyone else in the community is excited for what happened, and I guess we'll start with the good stuff before we get to the bad stuff. The bad stuff being I guess we'll just say it. Bad stuff is being a delay next week, no chapter. So that's very disappointing that there's no chapter, especially after the clip. Like, we're getting a lot of cliffhanger endings lately, so I don't know. We'll just have to deal with it. It sucks, but at the same time, it's cool that we keep wanting more chapters and stuff. So let's go ahead and get started. And I see Roger's base. Yo, what's up, Roger? What's up? What's up, Kairos fan? Light Ruler, CW Jackson. So yeah, man, this chapter was pretty intense. Primarily because of the pacing, that we're just moving so fast through. So we're moving so fast. We're learning a lot of new stuff, especially like about Jack. Like, we're learning so much about Jack in these past couple chapters. And if you guys remember what I said last week, Zoro's comment about Sanji, about how he wouldn't just die. Really, I thought that it would mean that Sanji's gonna do something epic in this arc, or in the next, probably next 1 or 2 arcs. And this chapter pretty much confirms that there's something that's gonna happen with Sanji, and I can't wait to see what it is, man. I can't wait to see. I'm actually a pretty big Sanji fan. He's not my favorite Straw Hat, but he's definitely up there. I'd probably put him in the top 3 favorite Straw Hats. And I guess I'll start with the cover page. The cover page, it's interesting. We got the baby. We got the baby. I think Roger believes that this might be Shanks' son. I really hope so. I really do hope so. His hair is kind of white, which is kind of weird because Makino's hair is black. So maybe Shanks and the red and the black combine into that. I'm not sure, but it's really interesting. I can't wait to learn more about them. We got some Whoop Slap hype in there. We got Sabo's hat, which it's really cool to see a Sabo's hat. At this point, after everything that happened on Dressrosa, I think it's safe to say that the world knows about Sabo being alive. So I'm really, I'm excited to see. Well, it was cool to see that hat there. It was cool to see that they know, because they used to love Sabo a lot. So as to the chapter itself, there's a lot that happened, and well, I consider it was pretty short. At this point, it is confirmed that the volcano is just a trunk shooting out water, which is what I think One World, or a couple of people, I think it was One World who predicted it as well, and it's really cool. It makes perfect sense, right? And and it's cool to figure out what they do with the water, how they filter it, that's how they get their food. It really shows that Oda really planned out this whole thing. It would make sense, right? Like, how would they eat and how would they do all this stuff on top of an elephant for thousands of years? Well, that's how they do it. They figured out and constructed a way to do so, and apparently it happens twice a day, I believe. So it's really cool and definitely a really reliable way. I like that. That's something that I like. It's like a small detail like that maybe I would overlook normally, but I really do like that. It shows a lot of planning and a lot of explanation into. Again, it's part of the world building. Oda has great level world building, so stuff like that's really cool. Oh, she has a ring. I didn't even notice that. Okay, so apparently on the cover page, Makino has a ring. So oh yes, wait, that's true. Yeah, she does have a ring. So I guess that pretty much indicates that they're married. That pretty much does indicate that they're married. Wait, no, it's definitely not Sabo's kid. No, I don't think it's Sabo's kid. Yeah, Sabo was. Yeah, he's probably too young. But let's keep going here. So we got introduction of a new animal, a new what they conjuro animal. This is a cat. What do they call him, like Neko something? Neko. I don't know what Zaemon is, but so I feel bad for it because apparently it's just we get introduced for two. So the dragon was introduced for like half a chapter, and everyone was like, whoa, they're feeling sad for it. This guy only got introduced for 2 panels, and he got, you probably won't ever see him again, so that's kind of sad. Or technically 3 panels. I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. I'm wondering how they're gonna get up there, really. But yeah, the one world theory I was talking about earlier says that whenever the elephant, the eruption happens, the elephant goes back down to sea level, and all you see is the island. So maybe that's how they'll get on there. Maybe the elephant will go down into the water, and that's probably how Sanji and the rest of the crew got there. So that might be how Kanjuro and Kinemon get on the island. I think that'd be really cool. So yeah. Also, LG Buzz, what's up, Adita? What's up, guys? Right now we're doing a review. We're just right at the beginning, so you guys really haven't missed too much. We get on the shot of the monkey, and this is something that again I'm interested to see what the monkey is. Is it Ryuzo or Raizo? I think it's Raizo. Is it Raizo? Is it someone? I don't think it's Raizo. I'm excited to see if Raizo is on this island. I would assume he is on this island, but maybe not. I don't know. I do want to learn more about the monkey, though. I think we might have heard his name in a couple of chapters back. So this is so crazy. Like, there's a lot that happened this chapter for sure. So they go on to explain again the whole rain thing, and I said I really like that. This part is really funny. The whole carrot chewing on Luffy is just like. It's just funny, man. Carrot is definitely becoming one of my favorite characters that we've met in like the past couple of arcs. To be honest, like Fishman Island, Punk Hazard, and Dressrosa. Really, personally, me, I haven't found a lot of characters that I've really like enjoyed, like sort of side characters that we met. I know a lot of people are fans of Rebecca and Kairos or Kiros, however you say it. I personally wasn't too much of a fan of pretty much anyone we've met in the New World. Not even like the Ninny and this Fishman. Maybe like Otohime was pretty cool, but she was in a flashback. But Carrot's, I don't know, she's growing on me. She's really cool, and it looks like she's going to be pretty strong as well. And we got Beppo staying behind the forest to protect it. So let's go ahead and keep going here. So we get the fact, yeah. So and it's really funny again. Oda doing this. He likes this comedy stuff, personally. I was like whatever, but again, it's just Robin mentioning that they could be cannibals in the last chapter. Now in this chapter, it's like seeing like it sort of might be the case with Usopp, so that's pretty funny. And then we get to the sad scene. This scene was actually pretty sad, where we get to the crosses and the people that were tortured on there, and it's really interesting. They said he should be here. So I'm wondering who they were talking about. If you guys remember, like a while back when we first saw Sanji, they were talking about how they were looking for a samurai. Now, whether that means Momonosuke or whether that means Raizo or however you say it, I think that might be who they were looking for, but I'm not sure. We get a small glance again at Jack. People keep saying he looks like Accent Morgan. I thought so too at first, but it's like the jaw thing is different. I think Morgan's goes like it's like a metal thing, but then it goes up, and his looks like it covers his entire mouth. So it looks like it. It just doesn't really make sense for it to be Morgan, because there's no way he could be that strong after we learn what happened this chapter. After we learn what Jack is capable of, there's no way that's Morgan, unless he got like some ridiculous overpowered devil fruit. But even then, you have to like devil fruit and hockey. It just doesn't really make sense. But yeah, I feel bad for the people who were tortured. And they really didn't know about it. So if you guys remember Kanjuro, when we first met Kanjuro on Dressrosa, he blended himself in, so none of the people really knew about him, not even the people in the same room as him. If Ryuzu knows similar techniques like substitution jutsu or blending in with trees or whatever, that might make sense why they haven't heard about him and why they haven't seen him. It's because he's just trying to blend in until the rest of them meet up with him, perhaps. So yeah, I'm going to assume it's Momo. I'm going to assume it's Momo because like Doflamingo was looking for him, and he seems to be very important. He has a dragon artificial fruit, which was like in a glass case back on Punk Hazard. So yeah, Roger says, yeah, he's probably Momo, and I agree. I definitely agree there. Sanji was definitely taken by Jack. Oh, we'll get to that at the end. Because there's so much, man. X Morgan is the only person who uses the torture cross. Was it? Oh, you know what? Let me look this up. Actually, that might make sense. It's Zoro, One Piece, Morgan. Because I do remember that when we first met Zoro, there was just it was a cross, but it wasn't like it wasn't an angled cross. It was this. Oh, that's interesting. You bring up a good point. So Adita in the chat brings up a good point. The first time we ever saw Morgan, he had Zoro on a cross, and again, it was like this. It wasn't like an X, you know. It was like but it's still. It could be Morgan, dude. It could be Morgan. I don't know, man. I don't know. That's very interesting. So, who knew Jack might be XM? Yeah. After that, maybe I think I might be able to see that. It's really interesting. Yeah, no chapter next week definitely is tragic. We have again. It is sad to see. You know, you don't normally see Oda go into like sad backstory right off the bat in an arc. Normally, it's everyone's happy, everyone's excited, everyone's exploring, and then halfway through the arc, we start learning a little bit about the backgrounds of the characters, and then that's when we start getting like sad backstories. We're only like 3 chapters in, and we already see 2 of the Mink men crying. So that's something that I say is normally unusual for Oda to do. But again, I think he's just trying to move fast pace. I think he said in an interview recently that he wants to sort of finish One Piece, because if he kept going and writing everything he wanted to write about, then it would never end. So I think he's just trying to get, he's just trying, okay, well, no more dilly-dallying. I'm just going to go straight into it, tell what I need to tell, and try to wrap up One Piece in the next 10 years. So that's probably going to be what I think is going to be happening here. Oh, also the X could be for X Drake. That's another, yeah, that could be true as well. That could be definitely true. It's the Jack the same guy we saw X Drake attack in the mini front page story. Maybe, yeah. I mean, I definitely a lot of people think X Drake is going to be here, and I definitely think that X Drake. I would love to see X Drake be part of this whole thing, this arc, because it's about time we saw him. The man said NX, like it's the next Nintendo system. Oh, that's true. If Jack is Morgan, imagine my boy Gin. Yeah, man, Gin. I want to see Gin again, dude. Definitely. Gin is someone I've been wanting to see for a long time, and hopefully he makes a return. He has to make a return, man. Gin has to make a return. So probably threatening to kill the crew if he didn't. Yeah, that's something like similar like Robin. Remember Robin? They were threatening to kill the crew if Robin didn't follow. So that might have been what happened. We'll get to that. We're almost there. I think we had a couple more pages here. So we learn more about Jack. And dude, Jack, he actually managed to sink 2 of the ships. So I'm going to assume that, I'm going to assume that Tsuru was on the ship with Doflamingo. And I'm going to assume that Sengoku and Fujitora were on a separate ship. And those were the 2 ships that didn't sink. And then the other 2 ships were probably just like normally like captains or whatever on there. So that's pretty crazy, though. It's pretty crazy. Jack did fail. Apparently he failed. We're not 100% sure that he failed, but so Jack was maybe overestimating himself. I don't know. This time Viola will rescue Sanji. That'd be cool. Viola's like the one character I'd like to see return at some point. He's kind of lunatic though. Try to attack ship, Admiral. Yeah, I mean this is pretty crazy. I'm excited to see what Jack's power. I know Rogers Basic said he might have a mammoth fruit, and that would be insane. That would make sense. That would mean a lot of destructive power. Probably one of the strongest Zoans we would have seen to date, I think. Beside maybe like Sengoku's and Marco's. And I'm excited to see X Drake and see how he uses his devil fruit, because again, the T-Rex fruit doesn't seem very powerful. Sure, it is a big creature, but without the ability to use really his arms, which are, T-Rex have really short arms, it'd have to rely on its tail and on its, I guess, mighty bite to damage the enemy. But yeah, so we see Law go with those guys, shows up right in front of them. And again, we see Usopp just going crazy, like always. I want to see Usopp stop being a coward, man. I can't wait today. Well, he might never stop being a coward. But I would hope that at least at some point he gets like brave. He actually becomes brave and stuff. I mean, he's shown brave attributes during during Arlong Park. He's had his good moments. I'm a big Usopp fan, but again, man, he needs to step up his game, man. Unfortunately, those gatekeepers. Yeah, the gatekeepers are all messed up. And you see, if you guys didn't notice, the gatekeepers, they have the lightning. They have the little They have the thunder or whatever, the shock or static or whatever, the electro. I think it's called. I think they called it electro. They have the electro on their weapons. So it's really interesting. It looks like all the Mink men use electro. And if you guys, in like the next page, they talk about how the fur is sort of like their prized possession. Or let me see what exactly they say about their fur. Not the next page, but let's skip forward a few pages here. Okay, here it is. Let me see what exactly they call it in here. It's the pride of their race, right? The fur is the pride of their race. I would assume that because of that fur is what allows them to use the electro due to static. And that's why it would be the pride of their race, because it would be what allows them to do an attack. You know, the more fur you have, the more static you can produce, the more electro, the stronger of a person you are. So the stronger of a Mink man you are. So that's what I'm thinking about the electro at the moment. I think that has to do with their fur, and the more fur they have, the more static. That's why it's their pride of their race. But I don't know. It could just be new technology, and also as well ancient technology. Yeah, dude. Yeah, I mean that's how he could have taken down 2 ships, is with the mammoth fruit. That makes a lot of sense. So Sanji is captured by Kizaru. Sanji versus Kizaru. No, not yet, man. We'll probably have to wait. We'll probably have to wait till end of the series for that. But all right. So I skipped a couple pages here. Let me go back to where I was, because I want to make sure I cover everything here. And this is cool. I you know, as you guys know, Chopper is my favorite Straw Hat. And it was just nice to see him again. See him. I remember when I first saw him in the time skip, I couldn't wait to see how he would react meeting back up with the Straw Hat crew. And then here again, it's the same feeling. You know, it's just, it felt really good. It just felt good to see him sort of be happy and know that the Straw Hats finally arrived, that he's been waiting for them. And to be honest, like, I don't know what's going on. I have no clue what's going on here. I have no clue what's going on, because there's so many possibilities. There's so many possibilities as to what's going on. Yeah, there's that rumor. There's definitely that rumor, but I don't know how that would have happened. I don't know, like there's the times, the reason I'm so confused, because there's so many different how should I say, there's just too much stuff going on that we sort of skipped over. So like, we skipped over the tea party, we skipped over the fight with Jack, we skipped over the Big Ma'am Sanji thing, we skipped over Sanji and Zoe. We skipped over so many things, and I'm just really confused of the timeline of where everything happened, which is why we seriously need to go back and at least show us a little bit of what happened. I mean, Oda in the New World has been doing this technique where he inserts flashback panels here and there. Instead of doing whole flashbacks, he does like, here's a panel of Mihawk talking to Zoro. Here's a panel of Rayleigh talking to Luffy. There's not whole flashbacks. It's just insert panels here and there. And so I don't think we need that. I think we actually need full flashbacks of what happened here, because individual flashback panels just aren't enough. So yeah, man, the new Nami design looks awesome. The pearls, oh my goodness, man. They're treated like royalty, so that's really cool. I think this is the sheep that they fought when they first got to Zoe, but I'm not sure. Or maybe that was a Kaido's man. I can't remember. But I mean, it's just crazy, man. Again, I'm glad to see Chopper. Chopper's really cool. He looked really happy, and I'm just glad that Chopper was finally happy there. And Nami looks great, obviously. Her feet look drawn so bad. So I'm putting that out on Facebook. But again, it's Oda. I don't really care about that. I want to see what was happening, right? Because we only see Chopper and Nami. We don't see Brook. We don't see Momo. We don't see Sanji. Now, let's go ahead and prepare a host. Let's prepare to host the Friends of our Saviors. So the Straw Hats were confirmed to be saviors. You know, the Sanji crew saved them from either Jack or whatever. We don't know yet. We really don't know yet what they were saved from, or who was this. We're gonna assume it's Jack. I'm gonna go ahead and assume it's Jack, and possibly X-Drake, like people are saying. You can remember we saw the claw marks. So yes, Sanji finally get the seats. So I'll get to that. We have like 1 or 2 more pages, and then I'll get to my thoughts on Sanji. The full color page looks amazing. Pineapple City reminds me of like SpongeBob. We have grapes, and then the ship. I've been trying to think about what the ship could represent, because it does have a unicorn on it, and I'm trying to think of what has where have we seen a unicorn before? And I don't know. I don't know what the unicorn represents. Normally represents immortality or something, I think. I'm not sure, but we'll have to wait and see if that plays any important role. The ship looks really old, so it might actually be from the Void Century, but I don't know. Brooke became Satan. Brooke is Brooke is dead. Yeah. Brooke is so. So I talked about here, and I like how they consider the Straw Hats humans, just lesser minks. So that's cool. And you see, remember that I forgot what her name, Wanda. I think Wanda might have dug up Brooke, and Brooke might be underground at the moment, and no one knows it. Like, because dogs, they tend to dig bones underground. So maybe she just dug Brooke underground or something. Maybe that's where Brooke is. We don't know. But we get to the final page, and Nami doesn't mention Brooke at all. So that's why I think he's still maybe on there. But maybe he's with Sanji. Maybe he went to chase for Sanji. I don't know. But yeah, Sanji is probably gone. He's probably kidnapped. And I'm excited to see like what's going on, man. Because there's two possibilities in my head. There's two possibilities. One of them is obviously it's Kaido. Kaido captured him. Either way, it was X-Drake or it was Jack or someone. But if you guys remember, Capone was actually chasing Caesar and Sanji, because we don't see Caesar either. So maybe Brooke is guarding Caesar, and then Momo and Sanji were captured, which is probably going to be the case. Well, actually, I don't know if it's probably the case, but I think that Capone might have captured Sanji. I think that's a possibility because of what happened at the tea party as well. Maybe remember the box, the explosive box, was on its way to the tea party, and the tea party happened a while ago, so that probably blew up there. Maybe it hasn't happened yet. I don't know. Maybe like the explosion hasn't happened yet. They maybe haven't opened the box. But it could be. I think it's either one of those two. I think it either went to Kaido or it went to Big Mom. Now, does this have to do with the fact that Sanji is wanted alive? Was that was he captured because of that, or was him being captured what caused him to be wanted alive? It's one we don't know. Like we don't know if those are related to each other. So. Was he even captured in the first place? What happened to Sanji? Did he just leave off on his own to try to rescue someone? Maybe Sanji left to rescue Momo, or we don't know. Like it's just I'm excited. Like that's why I'm excited to see what happens. But unfortunately, One Piece will be on break next week. So I don't know. You think Sanji's a fairy right now? So I guess right now I'll just go over some comments. Overall, I think I like the chapter. A lot of stuff happened. I wonder if Robin will get like a Nami costume next chapter. That'd be pretty sick. Have the two of them right next to each other. What else? I'm just glad to see Chopper and Usopp, best friends. Just glad to see them. And like I said last chapter, Zoro mentioned that Sanji would not let himself go out and die. So I mentioned that Sanji's going to have an epic moment in one of the next two arcs. And this chapter pretty much confirms something epic is going to happen. I don't think Sanji is going to be put in a position where he needs to be rescued per se. If he does, he's gonna have some way of fighting back himself. He's not gonna put how do I want to say this? Oda's not gonna put him in a position to make him look weak, because he's been made look weak all throughout the New World. Yet Sanji is supposed to be on par with Zoro. So I think this is going to be Sanji's time to shine, and Oda's doing I think this is the reason that Oda's been crapping on Sanji this whole time, is to prepare for this arc. I think this is going to be the time that he shows off even Cause recipes. I think it's going to be. I'm excited, man. I'm excited. Like I said, I'm not a Sanji fanboy, but I'm a fan of Sanji for sure. So, if Sanji captures Zoro's development, will be GOAT. Yeah, man. Zoro and Sanji. Can you imagine like a 2-on-2 fight between Zoro and Sanji at the end versus like two of whatever emperors, like the top, maybe like Sanji and Zoro versus Peckham's and Tamago. Like that would be an awesome fight. I don't know. On par. Everyone always laughs about on par, because to be fair, it makes sense. It doesn't make sense for them to be on par, considering that Zoro trained with the strongest swordsman for 2 years, and Sanji trained with Ivankov. But I think those recipes are gonna really come in handy. I think those recipes will give a major power boost, although probably temporary. That'll put him on par with Zoro. So I don't know. There's definitely some mystery to those recipes. So I don't know, man. Good chapter. What is there anything that yeah, obviously I wish it didn't end on a cliffhanger. Oda does this way too much, man. Personally speaking, obviously it's what sells. Obviously it's what's going to make readers come back time and time again is the cliffhanger endings. But you should just stop, man. Especially you can't do that after a break. I don't know if the breaks are determined after he releases the chapter. Like he says, like I don't know if he releases the chapter, expecting next week to show what happened to Sanji, and then by the way, there's a break next week. Like they determine that later on, or if he keeps that in mind. Like it's even worse if he knows there's gonna be a break. Like he's like, I'm gonna take a break next week, and let me just say that let me say this, so people get riled up. So I don't know. I hope that's not the case. We haven't seen Sanji's full potential. Oh, Sanji, yeah. We definitely have not seen Sanji's full potential. Not even close. He didn't even use Hell's memory against Doflamingo, so I don't know. Maybe he isn't captured because he's a noble from the world government. That would explain. Yeah, I mean, we don't know yet. We don't know if he's captured. That's why I don't want to say he's captured yet. Maybe he went after Momo. Maybe Momo was captured and Sanji went off to rescue Momo. Maybe Sanji and Brook went off to rescue Momo. I don't know. Brook's pretty strong. He's obviously not as strong as Zoro or Sanji, but he's still pretty strong. I would not underestimate Brook. I think Sanji will be on par with Zoro when his hands like the fighting. Yeah, exactly. So I just made a video about Sanji, and I talked about how Sanji doesn't use his arms. Yeah, he doesn't really use his arms to fight, which really limits him. Like, think about how much stronger he would be if he used his arms, if he used weapons. It's just it's one of those rules that maybe. I mean, we've seen him break it once against Wands. I don't know if he'll ever end up using weapons ever again. I hope so. And Caesar, yeah. So Caesar is something that we were wondering. I think if I had to guess, I would say that Brook at the moment is on Zoe guarding Caesar because Caesar still has to be guarded. That's probably what I would have to guess. But then Momo and Sanji are captured. But it could be all four of them are captured. It could be three of them are captured. Who knows? So Zoro isn't beating. Yeah, he's probably not beating Gear 4. I agree there. I mean, look what Gear 4 did to Dofi, man. Just one attack. Look what it did to Dofi. So they're the final attack. Yeah, I mean, no, he can definitely tank it, I think. Like, he'll tank it, but he won't be able, he'll be in a Doflamingo state where he can't fight back. I don't think he would kill him. I think Zoro he's probably on Doflamingo's level in terms of durability. I mean, Zoro is the person we've seen take the most hits out of anyone. So, I mean, he definitely top tier durability. That's probably his strongest attribute is his durability. So, I don't know. But yeah, I think we're gonna end it there. Good chapter. I like this chapter. A lot of information, and it really signals to me that Oda's trying to move quickly, which is good because I want to get to the good stuff in One Piece. The stuff we've been waiting for years. So, yeah, I guess I'll see you. Well, no, no chapter next week, but I'll definitely be. I'll probably have to do a live reaction to the next one. Hopefully, I'll have time to do that whenever it comes out. But I mean, God, Sonny doesn't want to make his hands dirty, but flips all over the place. Exactly. Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. Well, Jack returns to Zoe again for a massacre. If he returns to Zoe, Luffy's there, man. Luffy and Zoro, they're gonna 2v1 him. But I don't know. Maybe Jack will return with. At least I was thinking Jack returns with X Drake. Luffy fights Jack. Zoro fights X Drake, and then X Drake turns out to be wanting to be in alliance with them. That'd be cool because I do think that there's a higher chance of Sanji being captured by Big Mom than Sanji being captured by Kaido, just because Big Mom wanted Caesar and possibly Momo as well. But Raj's got a law in OPTC. Nice, man. Yeah, I'm gonna be hopping on some of that OPTC right after this. And then also, guys, I have a video I'll be uploading after this as well. So it's gonna be about Princeton production and his Minecraft server that it's a Minecraft server for anime and manga. So check out that video if you guys have ever been interested in playing Minecraft or whatever. Sanji Smokes in front of everyone. Just yeah. So yeah, we're gonna call it there, guys. Thanks a lot for watching. Is Dofi escaped? I don't think so. I hope not. Because they just wouldn't make any sense for it to escape. But yeah, I'm excited to see maybe at some point we're gonna go to Impel Down again and we're gonna try maybe get Dofi out of there for some reason, and Dofi will befriend the Straw Hats, but I don't know. So thanks again for watching, guys, and until next time, peace.